Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the reaction. Today we're watching Small Babylon 5. We're going to Season 2, Episode 16, titled In the Shadow of Zahadum. Okay, that is an interesting title, In the Shadow of Zahadum. And from that, Zahadum, that sounds like some Narn kind of place, or like Zahadum. When I first think of that, I think of the thing that we got mentioned ages ago. When I think of that Zahadum, I think of like that episode where like we got loads of mention of the shadows and like the ship that like kind of got attacked by, not attacked, but like collided with the ship in deep space, like super, I don't know what it's called. It's like when they're going through the jump gates, whatever that space is called. The shadow ship, the shadow vessel collided with a human vessel, and of course that vessel got destroyed. But we got mentioned that where like there was supposed to be no life at all, the shadows, there was some life. Like it was watching them. I think it was Sheridan's ex-commander who said like when he was stationed or when he was serving on board the ship or when he was commanding the ship, sorry, he saw like 1,000 kilometers out where there should be no life. There was something watching him, and like when he looked back or something, it was gone. But in the place where there is no life, there is life, and of course that's the shadows. So I think that Zahadum is like some area of space that should be dead. Like there should be no life at all. And yet in the shadow of Zahadum, the shadows are there. There's living life there. Like there is life. The shadows are living there, living off the shadows. They are like hidden where no life should be. So what are they doing there? And like what is their plan? What are they up to? And I'm interested to see if it'll be connected to Narn. Zahadum, it sounds something to do with Narn. Like the Narn Republic. I don't know if that's true, but I just got that impression from the title. But that is an interesting title, The Shadow of Zahadum. I'm so excited because it sounds like what's called Jakar's like Jaquan F. Like it sounds like that basically. So it sounds like his kind of belief, his religion, and of course like the books like we saw that had the shadow that creature in it. Like of course Jaquan F fought a war against his shadow species thousands of years ago when like all of our species were not very advanced, and of course they were advanced back then, so they've had thousands of years to get advanced to be ridiculously like powerful, similar to the Vorlons I suppose, although we don't know. And yeah, now they are back, and in the shadow of Zahadum they have created their base. Of course this is pure speculation, but that's what I'm getting from the title. I'm so excited, man. I really am. That title's got me excited. Last episode was We Want a Word of You. I can't remember the exact title of the episode. It was like, and now for a word. It was such an interesting episode. The perspective of it was a news report, and it's like Babylon 5 from a third party, like from a third person perspective, sorry. And it was like a news report on Babylon 5, just documenting everything. Like documenting all the ambassadors, Sheridan, just like the relations, and of course everything kicking off in that episode. It's ridiculous. Like Babylon 5 was raised up to level 1 alert. We had a Centauri ship flying in, saying anybody leaves for attack, and then a Narn ship coming in and attacking a Centauri ship. Like, Jesus Christ, it was all over the place, really. And, of course, just the chaos on Babylon 5. It's ridiculous, but it was amazing seeing like it from that perspective. I loved that episode so much. It was so unique, so interesting, and I'd say probably one of my favourite episodes of Season 2. Not necessarily the best episode, but one of my favourites. But I still think, like, everything that happened last episode was amazing. Like, it was all kicking off. And, yeah, I think the episode was honestly amazing. I think that was one of my favourites. And we had that little thing with the Cyclops as well. Like, oh, what was it? Because I thought it was Sheridan. I thought it was John Sheridan. Like, it was him and his mum. But, no, it's like, oh, we can take care of him. Don't worry. If you know, come, come hand your children in. We're the good guys. Sure you are, mate. Bloody Cyclops, what are they up to? The conspiracy within Earth is fascinating. And of course, that's what we learned so much more about last episode. Just everything. We learned more about, well, we got that story from Franklin, didn't we? About his buddy when he was 17 being spaced. What was it? Like, just more about... Was it Jakar? Yeah, Jakar, like how it was 150 years ago, like the whole story, like loads of historical stuff we learned last episode. And there was another character, I think it was Delenn maybe, about the Minbar homeworld, about the Centauri homeworld, just learning like loads of different like facts, and I don't know, just learning stuff. Like we heard Kosh's last name, which I can't remember, but just like that kind of trivia we learned, which was great. to learn new things. Obviously, from that perspective, like, they're investigating the people. So we, of course, as the viewer, are going to learn what the news reporters are investigating. So it was really great from that angle. I loved it, man. But yeah, overall, I'm really excited to just get straight into this. I'm really looking forward to going into this episode in the shadow of Sandum. I can't wait for it. I really can't. So, yeah, let's just find out what that title is about. I've got my hopes up that it's about the shadows. In Sandum, it's going to be all about Mr. Morden. I pray to Sandum that it will be. But knowing my luck, it won't be. So, anyway, let's just get into this episode. This will be Babylon 5, Season 2, Episode 15. Is it 15? I think that was last episode. Yeah, episode 16, sorry, in the shadow of Sandum. And yeah, without further ado, let's just straight into this. Alright, we are currently in the shadow of Sandum. Mr. Morden, present yourself.
Zach, what do we got?
Here he is. I'm so excited for this episode. I hope I'm right. So, what's happened to the Narns? Has there been an attack by the Centaurs or the shadows because of Londo or what? Oh my god, here he is. Here the man is.
He was recalled to Centauri Prime for consultations about the war effort.
Sit.
Is that an order, Mr. Morden? Are you commanding Veer?
You don't like me, do you, Veer? I find this surprising. After all, my associates and I are doing everything we can to help your people reclaim their place in the galaxy. I should think
why?
you'd be grateful.
Is there a reason you sent for me?
What do you want?
Oh no,
I'd like
not
to
this
live
question
just
again.
long enough to be there when they cut off your head and stick it on a pike, as a warning to the next 10 generations that some favors come with too high a price. I want to look up into your lifeless eyes and wave like this. Can you and your associates arrange that for me, Mr. Morden?
Oh my god.
Here's the information Ambassador Malari asked for.
What is that?
Give it to him
Data
when he
crystal.
arrives.
I love Veer. I love Veer. I love Mr. Morden as well.
You got a minute?
He's so mysterious, man.
Sure. What's
Him
up?
and his associates.
The
Yeah, I want to
non-refugee
know more about that.
situation again. Look, you got to give me some discretion. The Icarus?
Yes, it was a science vessel my wife was on when she passed away. I've been putting off sorting through the last of her stuff, you know, what to keep, what to...
Flying
Throw
too
away.
close to the sun. Is that where this
Before she
episode's
left, she
going?
sent me a whole breakdown of the mission.
Icarus.
Crew, personnel, when they were supposed to come back.
I read about this when it happened. I'm sorry.
Who's gonna be on there?
Whoa.
Is it someone we know? Mr. Morden or something? It's not me, Mr. Morden.
I know this guy. I've seen him around.
It's impossible. He was on the Icarus when it exploded, same as Anna.
No, Captain. I know what I'm talking about.
Who is he?
I've seen him. He's alive.
What is Mr. Morden?
Project
I was
our
only
last
joking as well.
best hope for peace. A self-contained
Icarus.
world 5 miles
Well,
long,
Icarus
located in
flew
neutral
too
territory.
close to the sun and got burnt, right? That's the story. Is that symbolic of what's going to
A place
happen
of
here?
commerce and diplomacy for 250,000
Wait, so Mr.
humans
Morden
and
was on board that
aliens.
ship?
A shining
Well, that ship
beacon in
died.
space,
That's why I think they took
all
him.
alone in the night.
The Shadows took him
It was
hostage,
the
right?
dawn of the third age of mankind.
But how long
the
ago was
year of
that?
the Great War.
But Garibaldi has seen Mr. Morden around. So now, he's going to be onto what's it called? Mr. Morden. Oh, I love the direction of this episode. I am loving
When was he last here?
5 minutes ago
Custom
having
file
coffee.
shows He arrived here 2 days ago. Date of departure. He's still here.
And this is connected to his wife. What?
Find him.
Is that coincidence
Bring him
or...
here. I don't care if you have
what?
to seal off the whole station. I want him found. Board the Icarus with him is dead.
That's a very interesting question.
Yes.
You could say Cycle's conspiracy, but it's
Miss
not.
Princess?
It's the Shadows.
P.S. Maccabee. I sent you programs we're launching.
What kind of programs?
Folks,
I've
back
learnt
home are awfully
anything.
nervous about all the fighting going on out here. They need reassurance. You see, they need an environment.
Ministry of Peace, more like
dedicated to
Ministry of
peace,
War,
not
1984.
But we can never have peace with our neighbors until we're at peace with ourselves. So we, at the Ministry of Peace, are trying to find new ways to do just that. Ways we can better help each other, work with each other. And for the next 2 days, I will be giving a series of presentations.
Ministry of Peace, yeah. We'll see how long that lasts for. What the hell happened then? Like, is this a Centauri attack? Or a shadow attack? Well, I mean, I guess they're the same thing, but... It's a nightmare.
Doc, I'm not playing that game. As of right now, I'm relieving you of duty. Report to your quarters and get some sleep. 6 hours minimum. After that, report to the mess hall and have something to eat. I'll join you there.
But
I mean it.
It's a nightmare. Are we not gonna see what happened? Is it just refugee crisis? That's what it said. Well, it's surely a refugee crisis because
Identicard?
an attack.
Of course. Is there a problem?
No problem. I'm gonna have to ask you to step over there for a minute. Let me get these other people through. It's just routine.
I thought you said there wasn't a problem.
No, there won't be if you'll just step over there.
I don't think that'll be necessary.
Oh, now this is interesting. This is very, very interesting stuff right here. Don't cut away. Do not cut away. Okay, thank you, show.
Nice shoes. I'll admit my knowledge of the law is somewhat limited, but I believe it's tradition if you're going to hold someone, you should at least charge him.
Aren't you supposed to be dead, mate? Explain yourself. And also, you're the guy giving what do you want speeches around here. So what do you want? That's his wife, right?
Very pretty. Anna Sheridan. Is this supposed to mean something?
She was on your ship, so how did you not know that?
I departed Station Prime a little over 5 to the
Does she not remember
The
this?
last message received from the Icarus gave no sign of the problem that led to its unfortunate...
Ah. That. Outside, unconscious, floating in an EVA suit. I must have been outside working when the Icarus exploded. The shock and the trauma wiped out my memory of what happened.
Why didn't you tell her Central you were alive?
Not the shadows.
It was months before I could even remember my name, much less file a report.
Until I send them my report, you are still dead. It means you've got no rights, no legal recourse.
Dead man has no
one
rights.
will miss you if you don't turn up.
Playing a very dangerous game, Captain.
And here you sit, not a scratch. Now something here doesn't add up. I intend to find out what happened, what really happened.
None of your bullshit
If necessary,
story.
you will sit here for the next hour, the next day, the next week, the next month,
Next
the next
year.
year, the next 500 years. But you will not leave here until I know the truth.
Let's go. Oh, this is amazing. This is so good. So what really happened? Because that story he was telling is bullshit. He doesn't not remember. He definitely remembers. Well, it's either two possibilities. Either he actually doesn't remember, the shadows wipe his memory and he's just like loyal to them, or he remembers and he's completely on the side of the shadows. I don't know.
Sometimes, before I fall asleep, I close my eyes. I see the face of every patient that I ever lost. The moment that they look past you, you can't help but meet their gaze, and just for an instant, you see God reflected in their eyes. I've seen a lot of reflected gods today, Susan. And I'm wondering how we can keep believing in them when they've stopped believing in us.
What was the color
That's an
of the
interesting
transport that
perspective.
found you?
We've been over this.
The color.
Gray.
2 hours ago you said white.
No, I didn't.
What was the ship's ID number?
I don't remember.
Where did it take you?
It dropped me off at a med station on the Vega colony.
There's no record of you being there. Why? What was the ID number of the transport? What was the name of her captain? What happened to the Icarus?
I told you I don't know. I don't remember.
This
Well,
is
you
such a
damn well
lie.
better start remembering, mister, because by God, by the time I am done with you, you will wish you had died on the Icarus.
I don't know if Sheridan's taking this too far, though. I get his sentiment, but
we can protect our people from
I don't believe
physical
this for
harm,
1 minute, by
but
the way.
hope to make peace with other civilizations until we have found peace with ourselves, and that quite simply, is what the Ministry of Peace
How
is all
do you
about.
go about finding peace
Now,
for yourself? Come on,
as
explain.
Babylon 5 has a completely volunteer organization, officially endorsed by Earth Dome, members receive 50 credits per week above and beyond their regular salaries for services rendered.
What kind of services?
Well, mainly just to be present wearing the colors of the Night Watch, raise public awareness, make them start thinking about peace.
I can't believe Earth would pay us 50 extra credits a week just to walk around the station.
Correct.
There's got to be more.
As the name implies, you must also be watchful. Peace can be made or broken with a gun, a word, an idea, even a thought. They don't know any better. They're rejected, they're unhappy, and they lash out in the only way they can. So if we could be made aware of these problems as they occur, then we can find these people. We can talk to these people. We can embrace them again. And you'll all join me in becoming part of the Night Watch.
I don't know about that. I mean, I guess
I think I'm getting to him.
it makes
The more I
sense,
pick
but
his story apart, the more it
dunno.
doesn't add up.
something's a bit fishy.
All I need is to find one
50
verifiable
credits
lie.
a week
Captain,
just
you've
for
had this
that.
guy in here for over 10 hours. You still haven't charged him with anything. As head of security, every prisoner is my direct responsibility. I'm the one who's ultimately accountable, and it's my butt that'll be brought up on charges.
You can't look at him and tell me you think he is legit. He's hiding something.
Of course he is. And so are half the people on this station, but you can't go around arresting them for it. His
The thing
station
is, this
record
guy
clean as a whistle.
is hiding something very, very dangerous.
Because of your wife. I
The
can
shadows,
understand that.
the connection
So let
with
me
the
cut him
Centauri's,
loose.
but
I'll
of course
follow
they're
him
not
around
going to
until I
know
can
it.
find something to charge him with.
I won't let him out of the box. Not when I am this close.
Oh no.
Hell, he might jump ship. I can't let that happen.
Damn it, Captain, you can't go interrogating someone for 10 hours without charges. The regs say...
Mr. Garibaldi, interpreting the regulations for a senior officer can be considered an act of insubordination.
Okay, so now what? You gonna charge me with insubordination, is that it? You wanna lock me up in the next cell? You pull the trigger on this one, Captain. You damned well better be prepared to back it up.
Thing is,
That's all.
Sheridan is right. He is right in doing this, but
He knows
of
what
course, from the outside, it looks
He is
awful.
somehow responsible for...
And he's also too, like, emotionally attached to this,
Sorry.
involved.
Because I can't be here as chief of security while something like this is going on. Either it stops, or I resign. Effective immediately. What'll it be, Captain?
Oh, this is terrible. I don't know. I don't think he's going to achieve anything, but I don't get Garibaldi to go either. Oh my god. Sheridan, I hope you get something out of him, because this has to be worth it, mate. If not, then it's all for nothing. Oh no, this is amazing but terrible at the same time.
You wanted to see me, Captain?
I'm putting you in charge of the prisoner. No one is to see him or talk to him.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
We've got Veer Cotto asking to see you, Captain.
it'll have to wait.
Oh.
He says it's urgent.
If he spills the
Alright.
beans about Mr.
Tell him I'll
Morden,
see him in my office.
this is going to get so interesting, please.
Shouldn't take long.
Yes, sir.
Oh, he's going to use a telepath. Oh, my God. What are we going to find out this episode? Sheridan can be done for, though.
Short on
Oh my
time,
God,
Mr.
this is so
Cotto,
good.
will Please tell me what is so urgent.
Probably my
It's
favorite
about
episode so far.
Mr. Morton.
Oh my God, please.
You know him?
Well, Ambassador Mallory has had some dealings with him. I have orders to ask for his immediate release.
Well, that is an awfully long way to go on behalf of this guy. Why? What's he mean to Londo? Who is he?
Sheridan, keep digging, but I don't know if you should dig.
But so far as he's told us, he's just an ordinary trader.
I'm sorry. That's an internal matter. But I've told you we are extending diplomatic immunity to Mr. Morton, so please release him.
This is so interesting.
Captain, may I talk to you for a minute? It's about this Morton.
Get in line, Commander.
I'm serious. I just spoke to Garibaldi.
I assume he briefed you.
He did.
Then you know everything you need to know.
No, I don't. Captain, listen. As your executive officer, it's my responsibility to notify you if I think that your behavior is becoming...
Irrational?
That's as good a word as any.
Thank
Well,
you
it
for your
is,
notification,
but
Commander. Now, if you don't
I'm
mind-
loving this Sheridan, but I'm
You're
hating it at the
forcing
same
me to a
time.
position where
Hating
I'm
it
gonna
for
have to
him, but I'm
report this,
loving
and I don't
watching
want to have
it.
to do that. Don't you understand?
I do understand, Commander. I know how I look, I know how I sound, but I have to do this. I survived by telling myself that it was an accident, like everybody said, and focusing on
Now,
the one other thing that I
it
had
might
left,
not
my
have been,
job.
right.
And now suddenly, That's all turned upside down. Maybe she was killed by that man sitting in isolation right now. If you were in my position, would you let him go? If you had that doubt in your mind, could you?
He's right, though. He's so right, Sheridan. You don't know how right you are. I mean, I don't know, but you're right.
And either way, I have to know.
No, she's dead. She's definitely dead. But this guy, I've got rescued by the shadows or had some involvement in something. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, man.
Morton's in I-15, correct?
Yes, sir.
I imagine it's getting pretty ripe in there by now. I want him moved immediately to a holding cell, say 23.
All right, but why?
And escort Miss Winters back to her quarters through Blue 7.
But, sir, that'll put her in the same hall as Morton. They'll pass each other.
Yes.
So she's been reading his mind unintentionally. And then, of course, if she accidentally sees something, she can... Oh, this is so good. So bad, but so good.
I got her. Get him out of here.
Are you
What?
sure you're all right?
I think so.
The shadow things, they're there. What? How?
Like falling into a bottomless well.
Right, so I had to pause reaction, but I'm just going to look back on the scene as well. Because I'm back now. I want to see this again. He goes dark, shadow.
I got her. Get him out
Look
of here.
at that! Look at that! So, that is a species. It's like they're...
Are you sure you're all right?
What, they're shadows? They're disguised. They're like... But how are they on board?
Like
are they in his
falling
head,
into a
or
bottomless well.
are they just invisible to everybody else? Shadows. But she's gonna notice it's intentional.
For what it's worth, I'm sorry. I didn't think that.
Yeah, she knows, Sheridan. Come on. She's not that stupid.
Well, her reaction tells me there's a lot more to this guy than even I thought. And that's a start.
Yeah, I suppose so.
How does Franklin feel about this?
Look, can I give you a piece of advice?
Why not? Everybody else has.
I've seen what the death of a loved one can do to people. It's played out here every day. It can destroy you by making you forget that you're not alone.
Captain, we have to speak with you about Mr. Morton. You must release him at once.
You too?
Kosh is asking for Mr. Morton's release. What?
I mean, who is this guy? Why is everyone so interested in him?
You will simply have to trust us, Captain.
No,
if you
tell
do not
us.
release him quickly, everyone here is in terrible danger.
No. Not until I get some answers, once and for all.
Yeah, this is gonna rouse a suspicion
This
more.
is the only way. Then we will give you those answers. But be warned. Once you know his secret, once you know what we have known for the last 3 years, you will never sleep well again. Come, Captain.
The lens known all this
The
time.
greatest nightmare of our...
Well, Kosh. I know Kosh
There are
knew.
beings in the universe, billions of years old.
But why is he scared? What? Is he scared?
Once, long ago, I walked among the stars like giants, vast and timeless. I taught the younger races, explored beyond the rim, created great empires. But to all things, there is an end.
A million years.
Some pass beyond the stars, never to return. Some simply disappeared.
Delenn.
No,
I'm
keep
sure
telling the
this is all very
story.
interesting, but what
Shut up,
does any
Sheridan.
of this have to do with Morton?
We're getting to it, mate.
Not all of the first ones have gone away. The shadows come again.
Shadows?
Oh,
We have no other name for them. The shadows were old, when even the ancients were young. They battled one another over and over across 1 million years. The last great war against the shadows was 10,000 years ago.
Oh my
It was
god.
the last time the ancients walked openly among us. But the shadows were only defeated, not destroyed.
By who? Who were
1,000
they
years
defeated
ago.
by?
Before they could strike, they were defeated by an alliance of worlds, including the Minbari. And the few remaining first ones
Oh wow.
had not yet passed beyond the veil. When they had finished, first ones went away. All but one.
Where?
Is it going to be the shadow of whatever the title episode was?
That is why Kosh cannot leave his encounter suit. He would be recognized.
Recognized? By whom?
Wait, what?
Everyone.
For centuries, the Vorlons stood alone, the last remaining guardians, watching and waiting. Then, last year, I sent Kosh a message.
Wait, what? Yeah, we saw this, didn't we? Like, she went up to him.
Kosh? Word for word.
If the shadows are coming.
His reaction?
Just one word. He said, yes.
I'm not laughing at that. Wait, so... Oh,
Yes
I'm missing
was the
something.
answer.
I don't know if I am.
What was the question?
Have the shadows returned to Sahadum?
Sahadum, yes. What's that?
That's the world Jakar's been warning us about all year.
Sheridan, learn.
Oh, shit. Let's... No, show us.
Wife's ship, sent to investigate the ruins of an ancient race. No one
Right,
has
the...
heard of before.
Zahadu.
That's what they were sent. And this was supposed to be a dead world, and yet it was alive. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I know, I could see from that figure earlier, it looked like an actual being.
The Icarus. They found something. They woke something up.
Yes. Once awakened, the shadows could not allow them to leave in case they might warn others. Those who would not serve were killed.
But were they all killed?
No.
But then maybe...
More than wasn't.
Maybe some of them were kept alive as prisoners. Anna might still be alive. Morden...
Must be released.
Oh.
You just showed me. How can you ask
No, because he has to be released.
Let him go.
Otherwise, the secret will be
now,
out
they do not
and have to
know
kill
how much
everybody.
we know. The last time, the shadows lost because they moved too quickly. Now they are being careful, gathering their forces slowly. If you push Morden, sooner or later, he will tell you what happened. Then he will be killed. And you will be killed. The shadows will move now, before we're ready for them. Aside from the Vorlons, we do not have the first ones to help us this time. We are on our own. We will have only one chance to stop them, and if we fail, billions will die.
Jesus, man.
There comes a moment when each of us must pledge himself to something greater than himself. Now you must make this same decision, Captain. It will be the most important decision of your life.
He will make the right one, I have no doubt. So the Vorlons are one of the ancient species, the only one left that can actually fight against the shadows. They have to disguise themselves, because if they knew...
Captain.
If they came out, the shadows would know who they are and wipe them out, or would attack.
Zach.
And they need to have the...
Sir.
What's it called? Surprise element.
It's called Enigma.
Right.
What they didn't know was that the British had cracked the code. One day,
I'm
Churchill's
ensuring-
people intercepted a message authorizing the bombing of a city named Coventry. Now, if they evacuated Coventry,
They would
the
know.
Germans would know their code had been broken and switched to another. The dead were piled up like cordwood. I've seen newsreels of Churchill visiting the ruins a few days later. And you could just see it in his eyes. The knowledge of what he'd done. What was that sound?
What's that sound?
I don't know. We've been picking it up now and then from the new cell. We just put a new microphone in there a few days ago, but, well, I guess it's malfunctioning.
What, is that the...
She said. Can you adjust the monitor? Scan on different wavelengths, infrared, ultraviolet?
Oh no, though, because if you find out, then... I mean, yes, I want to find out. We're going to see the things, aren't we?
Stop!
What?
Nothing. Say nothing. Say nothing.
Shadows.
Huh. Let Mr. Morden go.
Cut him loose. Tell him it was all a mistake and he can go.
You're sure?
This is terrifying, man. Oh, it's an end. Oh, okay. Well, it is an end very soon, I feel like. I thought I would have ended it there.
I cut him loose. I'd rather not talk about that.
Not so sure I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
Next time, you listen to me?
Won't be a next time.
Captain.
He's got to tell Garibaldi about this, though.
You sure you're okay?
Oh, what's he gonna say? Zach,
right?
is it?
I don't
Oh, he's
know.
wearing the bloody thing as well.
What's that?
What? Oh, nothing. I figured, what the hell? Earth wants to throw around its money. Who am I to say no? 50 extra credits a week to walk around and do what I do anyway? Why not?
Bit suspicious though, right? Okay, let's go talk to Kosh. So what's... Wait, so this entire outfit is a facade
I let him go.
to protect the Vorlons from the shadows.
But
Oh,
there
this
is
is
a
so
price
interesting.
tag attached. I want you to teach me how to fight them, how to beat them. Because sooner or later, I'm going to Zahadul. I'm going to stop them.
If you go to Zahadu, you will die.
But I will not go down easily, and I will not go down alone. You will teach me?
Yes.
Okay. So what is next now then? That's the end, that is the end. Of course it is, but... Okay. The Vorlons, ancient species. Vorlons need to wear the thing to protect themselves, their identity, because they'd be recognised. Mr. Morden survived because he said he would serve them. They woke something up at Zahar-Doom. The Icarus woke something up, flew too close to the sun, which was the shadows, and they're all dead because of it. And now Sheridan has to keep the secret like Winston Churchill, get the Coventry. He has to keep that, despite knowing that millions could die, because they need to win this war against the shadows. What a great episode. I hope you enjoyed, and yeah, until the next one, goodbye.